All right, family. We get paid to read these books. Formal education will pay you a living, and self-education will pay you a fortune. Teammates, I love reading these books. We get paid to read these books. We're reading Geno in Pursuit of Perfection. Chapter 6, page 115. Listen to this. So now they're coming off of 1998-99 season where they lost like 6 games. They won 26. They lost in the Final Four or in the Elite 8 trying to get to the Final Four. So he's devastated. Based upon the recruits on that he had, he thought they would have been the number 1 team in the country, but they didn't perform as well as he expected. So he's totally devastated. Listen to this. So Kathy keeps telling me they are going to figure it out. Now Kathy is his wife, obviously. G, she says, you've got to believe in them, and once you do, they'll be fine. Kathy knows what she is talking about. She is very much a part of our program, not in a meddling way, but in a way that is very supportive to the players on our team. Many of them, when they come to Connecticut, are far away from home for the first time. Kathy has a way of helping them feel comfortable. They also know that even though she is married to me, she doesn't have to agree with me. Many times when I'm being a hard ass, if you ask her to choose a side between the players and me, she's with the players. Teammates, if I have had one insight that I have said more than anything, and I'm going to say it again, is you have to marry the right person. I mean, that is the most, next to salvation, that is the second most important decision you're going to make in your life. That is going to permeate everything else. That's going to permeate your health. That's going to permeate your sanity. That's going to permeate in everything. Oh my God. Now you hear this? Geno said, my wife was right on it. She just keeps, Kathy is on it. She's telling me to figure it out. She's telling me they're going to figure it out. She's telling me you just believe in them. She's telling me she's supportive of the team. She's supportive of this. Look, teammate, oh my God. When you read enough books on winning, it's the same stuff over and over. You may not even know this person's spouse's name, but chances are, if they operate in a high level, they got a spouse at home that's operating that even they may not be out front, but that person is on it. Supportive, encouraging, inspirational. I ain't telling nobody to go get no divorce. I promise you, put that on the record. Whew, but I just don't know what to tell you, boy, if you're married to the wrong one. Good God Almighty Jesus. Ooh, I ain't even got time to preach to y'all. I'll leave it right there. That's my insight. If I got a number 1 insight, that's it. All right, so be careful. For those of you who not married, be careful. All right, let's go on now here to insight number 2. So after he talked, so basically the beginning of chapter 6, he's shouting out Kathy, how they met at Montgomery County Community College. He was on the basketball team. They got introduced by one of his teammates. They went out. He saw her the next day. They became great friends. Blah blah blah. Got married. They got married in '78. Then, so this was before Geno and them started winning. They was broke. They ain't had no money. So he know she didn't marry him for his money. So they go to he gets a job at a high school where he played. Then he gets a job as an assistant coach at Virginia. Then Connecticut offers him a head coaching job in '85. Now, Connecticut didn't have a basketball program. They didn't even have, you at the beginning of the book he talks about, they were just really starting. So it wasn't like that was a big promotion. Like, they only paid him $29,000. They didn't even have a gym to practice in. So, but either way, they gave him a job. And he built the program to what it is. So, go on and on and on. All right, so he's talking about Kathy. Now he's talking about he got the job at UConn, at Connecticut. He says, the first thing I do when I get the Connecticut job, this is on 119, is hire Chris. Chris Daly, he knew Chris Daly from being in the ACC. She was an assistant with another team. Anyway, Because they worked on some committees together. So he hired Chris as, what did he hire? He said the first thing I did was hire Chris. As, he didn't say what Chris is. I guess she is an assistant coach. He said at the time, CD does a little bit of everything. Her job evolved into associate head coach, administrative assistant, and head recruiter. Right. She got 3 titles. Now listen to this. This is my point. He hires her. Then he hires Jack Eisenman, Robin Daly, Peg Myers, Sarah Darris, and Tanya Cordoza. And I don't know how many of them. He got 6 people on his staff. Teammates. When you're in business, now he's at UConn, he got a budget to pay these people. But teammates, when you're in business for yourself, you got to have it. So my point number 2 is you have to build an administrative team. And that can be the most challenging thing on earth because you feel like where you going to get this money to pay these people, where you got to be able to pay them. You know, you go to jail for working people and not paying them. Like, you can't do that. You got to pay them. So, you know, you can be afraid and blah, blah, blah. So, but teammates, you got to make enough money to hire some assistants to do stuff, administrative work. And then you need to hire some people to do some creative work. You need to hire some people to do some more. You got to hire people to do what needs to be done that you don't necessarily need to be the one doing it. And I know that, and I know for me personally, oh my God, you know, that has not been easy. And it's all mental. But one day, we're going to have all kinds of staff doing all kinds of stuff. All right. That's point 2. You got to build an administrative team by any means necessary. You got to make enough money for your household, for your business expenses, which include your office, your staff, your home, household, family, kid. It's a lot of stuff that's got to be taken care of. I don't know how people are not like up on it because you got to make some money. You got stuff that you got to take care of. Like people are, well, I don't need that much. I just want to get enough. Look, you ain't doing enough. All right. Last point, and I'm going to let y'all go. So now he's talking about some of the players on his team. This is after the 98-99 season. This is the 99-2000 season. So the players, they're coming back. The ones that didn't work out the previous year. But they're great players, but they hadn't gelled as a team yet. Now listen to this. And I'm going to let you go. Listen now, you're going to miss it. Veta was a player that he got on the team. She came from Russia. There are days Veta loves me, and there are days Veta hates me. I don't give her many breaks. I'm like that even though she doesn't know anything about NCAA basketball. I'm like that even though she spends every spare moment of her time in her room studying because she is struggling so much with the written and spoken language. Most times she writes her notes in Russian and then translates them into English afterwards. But by the time she leaves here, she's a dean for a student. I ain't got time to even preach on that. I swear. Ain't that much daggum learning in the world. It's not that much. I don't care what it is. If I set my mind to something, I don't care if you got to write the notes in 3 languages. I don't care if you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what you got to do. Don't let your life be held up by a test of some sort. Anyway, so he's talking about what she had to do to get this school. But that ain't my point. My point is about the person. Now that was Veta on his team. Now he's talking about Swin. Now listen to this. Swin was a superstar. Swin had a chance to get, so somebody called Coach G about Swin playing on the Olympic team or the national team. Now listen to this. Swin's attitude would be the same whether she gets 30 minutes or 3 minutes. This is Geno talking about Swin. I guarantee you she will be fine, she says. Okay, then good. We're looking forward to taking her and we hope it works out. Oh, I say it will. Carol, but listen to this. This is my point. Because I'm talking about Veta and I'm talking about Swin. But can I tell you one thing before you go? Whoever's job is on the line here, because Swin obviously coming as a backup, whoever's job is on the line here, because you taking Swin, they don't know it yet, but they done. They done. Carol is a little taken aback. She says, what do you mean by that? I say, I'm just telling you that once Swin goes on this tour, she will force you to put her on the Olympic team. Unless you are prepared to have Swin Cash play for you in the Olympics in 2004, don't take her, because listen to this, because she'll outwork everyone to earn a spot. Teammates, my point is, you have to be patient until you find the right people on your team. That's the point. I want to win. Everybody wants to win. In sports, both teams want to win. The coaches want to win. The fans want to win. The cheerleaders want to win. The boosters want to win. Everybody want to win. Teammates, but until you got to be the right coach and you got to find the right players to build with, and then you will win. Before Geno got better came from Russia. She was so determined, she had to learn their language. She had to write her notes in one language, translate them to another language before she went to class. She got to study twice as much for every test, quiz, and all other players. Then look at Swin. Swin comes in the door and says, I am going to be the hardest working person on this team, period. I challenge anybody, and goes out and does it. Like, what can you do with that? You got to have them kind of people. And when you get them kind of people, boom, you win. You ain't got to worry about it after that. Winning just takes care of itself. Just in almost everything. If you do the fundamental, you got the right people around you and you working, you're going to win. But if you're not doing the fundamentals, you ain't working, you ain't got the right people around you, you're not. So fix this. But all of that we can fix. Love you guys. Hope you're getting something out of this. I love it. We'll run this play again tomorrow.